everyone, it's Olivia here at Philadelphia's Magic Gardens, and I have another craft that you can do at home with things around your house. So today we're going to be making a Jughead planter, and here is mine that I made right here. And if you don't have a plant for this, it's okay. You can always get one later or start to grow one. We've got some time. We can wait for things to grow. But I have this little spider plant, but I'm going to show you how to make a planter like this. So I'll kind of take you through the steps that I did to make this one, but there's a lot of variations in this. So the main thing that you're going to need to make this is some kind of milk jug or other drink jug. And I would recommend a half gallon or larger. So you could use a gallon if you had it, but this half gallon works great. So what you're gonna start by doing is cutting off the top. So I would suggest cutting it right below where the handle is. If you want to try to leave the handle, you can, but this will give you a nice square sort of base for your jug head. So the plastic on these containers is actually pretty easy to cut once you get through that top part. If you have some nice sharp scissors or even kitchen shears, they're gonna cut this really easily. So you just wanna kind of cut straight down to get in there, and then cut, like I said, right below that handle. And you want to try not to cut this into too many pieces as you're going around just to get this part off, because we are going to use this leftover plastic as we continue to add things to our planter. So you see, once you have that cut off, it's a little uneven. So you'll just want to kind of straighten it out, and you may want to do some kind of special thing. So you can see I just did this kind of little dip right here between my eyes, but you could also put some kind of ears that are sticking up or whatever you think you might want to do. So you just want to kind of even that out a little bit. You could use a pencil to draw on here, or a marker or something. But this is just going to give you your basic base for that planter. And then you want to make the facial features. So for mine, I used the handle to make the nose. So that's pretty easy. You're just going to sort of cut around this to get that handle part off. And then you can trim it down to get the type of nose that you want. So we can see there's that little handle, and you can just kind of cut off whatever excess you want. And then you could also use this extra to make ears like I did, where I just kind of drew with a marker on here to make the shape that I wanted. Like I said, you could make whatever kinds of things you want. You could also use other recyclables. So you can see from my mouth, I cut out a little strawberry from a yogurt container. So whatever other kind of plastic or cardboard you might have in your recycling bin would be great for making these sort of other elements. A really easy way to make the eyes too is by just using a cap. So you could use a milk container cap like this, or this is the little cap to a soda bottle. And the way to make eyes with these is pretty easy. So you're just going to trace the circle on a piece of white paper, and then you can see I already did this. You want to cut it down just a little bit smaller than the circle you draw, because you're gonna put it inside of the eye. And so you can make whatever kind of eye you want, but the easiest way is to just sort of draw a little black circle inside of there to be the pupil, and then you can just kind of push that piece right inside your cap, and you're gonna have a nice little eye. And you could do two of the same or two different, or maybe your planner only wants to have one eye, I don't know. So you don't even really need glue or tape or anything, it'll just stick right in there. But all of these things I actually just taped on with masking tape. You could also use painter's tape, or probably Scotch tape would work fine too. The things stick onto this plastic pretty easily. And you could also use hot glue or some other kind of glue, but the tape works pretty well. Another option that I did for the ears is just using a small paring knife to cut a hole in. Obviously that's for adults, and you want to be really careful when you're doing that, but then you could just make a little tab that can kind of stick in there. But taping these on would have worked fine too. And then you can see what else you have. So I use the little piece that's left over around the top of the milk container to make these little hoop earrings. But you could add lots of other things. You could draw something to add to it, but you can also keep it pretty basic and simple. So then you could put your plant right in here if you want to. You could even put drainage holes in the bottom of the planter. But what I did, I had this small little plant that was already in a yogurt cup. So I just took another yogurt cup, flipped it upside down to make a little raised platform in there, and then was able to sit this little plant right on here. So your plant's coming out as some kind of hair. Now, like I said, if you don't have a planter, you can make some kind of hair and just use this as a little container for something else. So that's how you make your Jughead planter, and we'll post the instructions up for this too and step-by-step photos. But we hope you enjoy making it, and we'll see you back here soon for more crafts through Corona.